like let's say you have 3 kids and you say, well, you know what, my middle child is a CPA, I want them to be in charge,
Right.
even though they're not the others. So you choose who you want to be in charge. That's fine. And if you have minor children, it appoints a guardian for those children and says who I want to raise my children. But that's it. It determines beneficiaries, but all those beneficiaries have to wait through the probate process. So it costs a lot of money, usually between 3 and 10% of the estate value. There could be major creditors. There could be litigation, because a will is public record. So a will gets published, and then somebody comes out of the woodwork and says, no, Danny was my dad too. And then all of a sudden, there's the litigation.
Right.
And we have to fix that. And I know you and I both have a lot of common NFL colleagues.
Right.
That's a very common issue.
Very common issue.
And so what we have to do is we have to be very clear in the documents who's allowed to inherit and who's not.
Right.
But when it's through the will, it's a free-for-all. Everyone has a right to litigate. When it's through a trust is a private document that cannot be contested.
So it's not nearly, it's airtight. I mean, nobody can even see it, really. You can't get into
Exactly.
it. They have no idea about it. And if they come in and say, this guy's my daddy, well, there's a trust. You're not in there. Sorry.
Correct. And in
Right?
fact, a lot of times I'll put in there that if they do have an illegitimate child, I'll write in they're specifically disinherited, which, I know it sounds harsh, but you have to be clear. Law is all about getting rid of ambiguity.
Right.
And if they don't, but they think they might, I'll say, these are my only children. Any other child that claims to be mine is specifically disinherited, so it doesn't even have to be someone they know about. That sometimes happens, especially with professional athletes, but also I have a lot of musicians that are clients, and they have those type of concerns as well. I had one musician, a rapper, that was very public, and he died, and his mom called me immediately because TMZ got a hold of the will. And she was like, oh no, they have all the information. I said, they have no information. The will says nothing. The will says, my mom's the personal representative, I have a trust.
So he had a trust anyway. It didn't matter.
Oh,
He was your client.
Correct.
So he just did a will with you, or did you do both?
Well, we do
sometimes?
both.
Right.
So the will is important from a standpoint of we do want to have a safety net. So let's say we do a trust. A trust is like an LLC or even like a safe. Let's say you have a safe at home, and it's a burglar-proof, fireproof, waterproof safe.
Right.
But you leave all your watches on the dresser. That didn't help you.
Right.
We still have to get the watches into the safe.
Right.
If you do that during life, it's very easy. It's called funding the trust.
Right.
But if you forget, and most of the time, the longer you go, like for instance, we did your plan a while ago. You and I are both young guys.
Right.
So hopefully neither one of us is going to die anytime soon. But let's say many years in the future, you opened a new bank account or you bought a new condo or something like that, and there's just 1 or 2 assets sitting outside of the trust. Those still have to go through probate. But the only beneficiary of the will is the trust. So it still can't be contested.
Right.
So there's still a lot of benefit to it. But we use that will, it's called a pour-over will.